This is Alex, and welcome to Barely Braided, where we're taking a deep, deep dive into foster care, adoption, and all things parenting, even the sticky stuff. Welcome to episode 33.
Bye.
As you can tell, I have with me the wonderful, the lovely, the beautiful Joel Ellis. Applause, applause, applause.
I'm lovely today, but I was just as equal to Mr. Phil. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when I did that episode with Phil, I know you got...
Phil, I have no problem with you. Don't take it that way.
Yeah, don't take it that way. But I think Joel was upset. You were upset that what did I say? That Phil is just as good of a guest as you are?
I think you said he was equally as lovely as I am.
So you want to put it on the record that you're more lovely.
I should be more lovely in your eyes. Okay. This isn't a match between Phil and I in the world. Phil may be more lovely in the world than I am. I just want to be more lovely in your eyes. In my eyes.
Yes. All right, fair enough. But Phil does have a very redeeming factor in the sense that he went out and bought a bottle of Quality House based on your recommendation. So how do you feel about that?
Yeah, well, Quality House, I'm a little not happy about that right now.
Oh, yeah? Why?
Well, I stopped in to get some the other day, and it wasn't on the shelf in its normal spot. And the bourbon broker, he must be like a fancy dude because he wears a suit.
To his liquor store business.
Well, yeah, he's just like the manager of just bourbon. And he wears a suit and has like slicked back hair and whatnot.
Wait, they have a manager for one type of liquor at this liquor store that wears a suit?
Oh, yeah. There's a wine manager and a spirits manager and a bourbon broker.
And the bourbon broker wears a suit and slicked back hair.
Mm-hmm.
And you're buddies.
I wouldn't say we're buddies. He's nice. Jerry, the general manager, I'd call him a buddy.
Okay.
He's good people. He takes good care of us.
Okay, so you asked the bourbon manager.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, hold on. So the spot in front of the Quality House, do you think they're like imprints of the floor of your shoes?
Be nice.
I'm just wondering. You're a frequent customer, a frequent flyer.
No. So the bourbon broker said that he wasn't able to get it anymore. And I said, like, forever, ever?
Forever, ever?
And he said, I'm not sure.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I don't know if they're not producing it anymore or what.
Oh, we need to find out.
We do. But so I went to the only other place that I know that has it, but there was 3 left. I bought 2 of the 3, and I texted my friend Nick and told him to stop on his way home and get one.
So you basically reserved the last bottle for him.
Had I been a worth-a-crap friend, I would have just bought it. It was $17 and dropped it off because he lives 3 doors down from us. I would have dropped it off on his...
Why didn't you? Just didn't think about it?
I'm a turd.
Fair enough.
I didn't think of it. And I'm not smart.
You're smart. You're smart and lovely.
Am I lovely? Yeah. Great.
You're lovely.
Now she says it.
Well, speaking of drinking, I feel like I'm drinking for the first time in as long as I can remember tonight. It's been a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm having Crown, which you bought for me. Thank you.
Welcome.
And Crown and Diet. Are you enjoying one of your hopefully not last bottles of Quality House tonight?
No, I'm having Old Forester tonight.
Okay. I love how we start off our foster care adoption / parenting podcast with what we're drinking in a closet.
Yeah. Well, we're also parents. And we also are real people.
That's true.
And live real lives, have real jobs.
Yeah.
Until this thing blows up and we start collecting mailbox money.
Yeah, right. Like that's ever going to happen.
Right.
So I guess it would be appropriate to give an update on what's going on with the kids.
Sure.
So let's talk about Ari. And for any new listeners, Ari is our foster daughter. She's, 15? Almost 16 months old now.
I don't do the counting by the months thing. She's almost 1.5.
She turned 1 in December. Yeah. So that's how old she is.
She's 1 1/3. No, 1 1/4.
She's 1 5/16.
How's Billy? He's 4,362 months today.
That's how old she is. But she's really cute and really sweet and cuddly and such a happy little girl. But there are no updates on her case. We've had her since she was born. Really not.
She got a new caseworker.
That's right. That's right. She did get a new caseworker, and I had the chance to FaceTime with her today. She seemed really nice. She was sweet. She seemed like she was probably going to be super helpful, but like all caseworkers, you can kind of tell that she was frazzled getting used to everything, and she obviously didn't yet know any of the details about her case.
And for us, it's basically starting at ground zero.
Yeah, I hope that's not the case, and I've heard that when a new caseworker comes on, sometimes the case will backtrack and there will be like a delay in forward momentum. So I'm hoping that's not the case here.
Yeah.
But I guess we'll find out. And Brooks, what's new with Brooks?
I mean, he's ornery.
That's not new.
Well, you're right. New with Brooks?
Not much. So Brooks is our adopted son. We've also had him since birth, and he will be 2 in June. He's almost 2. Oh my goodness.
It's kind of crazy. But really, he started the terrible 2s the day he turned 1.
Yeah, I think
Perhaps.
so too. Yeah, he's wild and he's rowdy and he's rambunctious, loud, aggressive.
Yeah. All of the above. All of the above.
Yeah, he's a lot, but he's very cute and sweet, and I love him very much.
He is getting a little bit more cuddly.
Yeah.
The other morning when you said, go give your dad a hug, right after he'd had his morning milk, he came over and gave me like a 5-minute hug, which was awesome.
That is so sweet. Daycare also told me that sometimes randomly he'll go up and give Ari a hug when they're at daycare. Or like I have seen, like if Ari starts crying, she trips and falls or does something to hurt herself. I've seen Brooks go over and give her a hug, which is really cute. And also it's really weird that
impressive.
I feel like he's starting to understand things more and more. Like today I told him
to say please.
Yeah, to say please. And he doesn't really like speak very clearly
and he's
yet.
tongue-tied.
Yep. Well, and let's talk about that. You took him to the appointments. So how did that go?
It was fine. It was back in January, but they basically said that when we called, they were like, oh, they'll just, put a little bit of not Novocaine, but like lidocaine, just over the counter type lidocaine on his tongue, and they'll clip it right here in the office. And I was like, cool.
Oh, scary.
Yeah, but scary at the same time. Well, we get there and I'm like, so you're not doing it today? She's like, oh no, they have to be put under for that. And I'm like,
misinformation.
Yeah. I said, I thought it was our doctor that told us that. However, it was the person at her office, at the ear, nose, and throat's office that did that. So
that gave you the wrong information about the procedure?
Yeah. So he had some fluid on his ears. So he's going back this month, like soon.
Yeah, I think so.
20th something or whatever, to check to see if he still has fluid on his ears. If he does, they're probably going to want to put tubes in his ears. At which point we can have his tongue clipped because he's already going to be under, and she said it would be a natural, just really quick, easy thing.
Okay, so do it all at the same time.
Yeah, but she didn't sound like it was a big deal for him to be tongue-tied. She's like, I have many, many patients that are tongue-tied and still function normally.
Well, yeah, because I was thinking, back at the time when you took him to that first appointment where they found that he had fluid in his ears, he was in a phase where in the bath, he would put his head under and then like flip around in a bunch of circles and go crazy. And I'm wondering if that's how water got in his ears. Is that a thing? Like, is that how it works?
Yeah.
Because he was in that phase at that point, and then he kind of like phased out of it and stopped doing it. So I'm curious to know what the ear situation will look like at his next appointment.
Yeah, but we've also been swimming too with his new, what do we call those things?
Oh, a puddle jumper.
Yeah, those are cool.
Yeah, we bought puddle jumpers for the kids for the first time. We've been taking them to the Y every Sunday, and it's a lot of fun.
It's a lot of work too.
It is a lot of work, but I think the kids enjoy it. Brooks probably more than Ari, but Ari still has a decent time, it seems like.
Yeah, she's getting used to it.
So, remember a few episodes back where we talked about what was on our bucket lists?
Yeah.
Do you realize that we both had one of those bucket list items completed recently?
We did?
Yeah, do you not remember? This was a big deal.
When we flew in the helicopter?
No. LASIK.
Oh, yeah.
So Joel
but
and
we didn't have LASIK.
What do you mean we didn't have LASIK?
We had Smile.
We had Smile.
I'm legally blind, or I was.
You were?
Yeah.
Not any longer.
Yeah, crazy.
Mm-hmm.
My eyes are still super dry, though.
Yes. So I posted a TikTok video of, like, I think it was 6 or 8 things I wish I would have known before getting LASIK. Did you watch it?
Mm-hmm.
I felt like that was pretty accurate, but I also feel like I could have made that 100 things I wish I would have known before LASIK.
Yeah, and you've healed a lot quicker and easier than I have.
Yes. And I don't know what the difference is.
Like, you seem to be pretty awful normal after, like, a week.
Yeah, minus my eyesight, like, right in the morning when I first wake up, yes.
I just can't open my eyes in the middle of the morning. Or, you know what I mean? When we get up.
You can't open your eyes?
I have to, like, hold my eye, like, pry my eyelid open. It's so dry.
What?
Yeah.
Is there a remedy for that?
That's why he gave me those steroids for now.
Okay. Do you feel like they're helping?
No, but I'm getting pumped up muscles.
I mean, it's a fair trade.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad we both had one of our bucket list items completed. But so tell me what you thought about the helicopter, how that happened.
So we were on a little mommy and daddy retreat down to Blue Ridge, Georgia, which is a pretty cool little town.
Mm-hmm.
We stayed in a little cabin, or a little Airbnb, and did not have the kids, and it was great. And on Sunday, we had to be out of the cabin by like 9, and we didn't want to turn around and go home right away. So Alex saw a helicopter flying around. She's like, "Oh, we should go get a helicopter ride." Next thing you know, we're in their little office that was the size of our recording closet. And signed up and took like a 20-minute flight. And I've flown in everything from, my dad was a pilot growing up, and I've flown in everything from tandem 1947 Aranca Champ to a old military warbird and everything in between. I'd never flown in a helicopter.
Did you find it enjoyable?
That was rad.
Yeah, it was really fun, and the people there were so nice.
If you get a chance, Blue Ridge helicopter tours.
Yeah, I think that's what they're
called.
called.
Absolutely go see those guys. They're a small, I think four people, couple partners and their kids and wives work there, and they were hungry for our business. They were grateful for our business, and it was a great tour.
And it was reasonably priced. Like, I feel like they had very, very short tours starting at like $25 or something.
Yeah, for like I think they said for like busloads of kids and stuff like that, they can take 3 at a time, and it's like $25 just to go for like 8 minutes or something, just like a really short ride. But I mean, what kid wouldn't want to go on a $25 helicopter ride? Yeah,
they have options for like any price range.
Yeah, you can't go on a Ferris wheel anymore for less than $25.
That's true. And Gammy and Grandpa came to watch the kids, and we were very thankful for that. I think by the end of it, they were ready for some relaxation.
Yeah. And speaking of Gammy and Grandpa Ted and Grandma Vicky come tomorrow.
Yeah. I'm excited to see them. I feel like we haven't seen them in such a long time.
It's been almost 6 months to the day.
Oh, wow.
Since we were in Okoboji, Iowa, celebrating their 50th anniversary. Mm-hmm. September 15th, and today's the 18th?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited to see them, and I'm excited for the kids to be able to spend some time with them. And man, I hope they don't think Brooks is too naughty.
Well, they lived through me.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, good point. They know how to handle kids like Brooks. They've had some experience. The other thing I wanted to ask you about, I don't remember if we talked about this on a prior podcast or not. Did we talk about the neighbor's garage party in the middle of the night?
I don't know if you mean across the street?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know if we have or not, but
I noticed it the other night. I woke up in the middle of the night to let the dogs out, and outside of our bedroom is like a bonus room, and there's a window that looks directly across the street. Mm-hmm. And I always catch a glimpse of light coming from their garage. And we've noticed a few times in the past, it will be like 2, 3 in the morning.
It's like strobes and party balls.
Yeah, but there's nobody in there. There's maybe like one person in there, and it looks like he's like filleting a fish or something by himself.
Wait a minute. Did you just say he looks like he's filleting a fish?
Yeah, I mean, what I mean by that is he's not like dancing by himself.
What do you call a fish that doesn't have an eye?
What?
That's an Alex joke, and I just used it on her.
That's a Ted joke. You
No,
are Ted's son.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was your joke, though. So, anyway, I usually leave the house at about 4:15, and yeah, the rave's been going on in the garage over there, too. I don't know if it's a cultural thing or not.
But, like, what are they doing? It's not like he's sitting out there drinking beer. It's not like he's got friends over and he's dancing and they're having a conversation. It's just like him by himself.
I've never seen anybody in there. I just see the lights going on.
I've only ever seen one person, or sometimes there's no people in there. And it's like a purple and green party strobe.
Yeah.
I wonder what they're doing. Okay, so how about this? One night, we should wake up in the middle of the night, put on our party clothes, grab a cocktail, and go dance in his garage.
I'm wearing my party clothes.
What do you think they would say?
I don't know, because their garage is usually, like, closed.
No, I see it sometimes open.
Like, wide open? Like, you could just walk in?
Yes.
Oh, I haven't seen that. It's usually closed, and I see it all through the windows, like, emanating through the windows.
I've seen it open once or twice. Yeah, it is weird. Okay, so the other thing we need to talk about, and this is in hopes that a listener will have some advice for me, because I have been actually experiencing a problem with Ari at daycare. And it's really embarrassing.
I don't have that problem.
No, you don't. And I don't know what the deal is. So this is what happens. Joel usually takes the kids to daycare in the morning and I pick them up in the afternoon. So when I go pick them up, as soon as I walk in the door, Ari gets a big smile on her face and she starts running towards me. But the second I pick her up, she starts screaming. So then I thought maybe she just didn't want to be picked up and she wanted to walk herself out to the car. Okay, so we tried that. That wouldn't work either. This happened for like a whole week in a row. And I'm starting to think that the other parents and the daycare teachers are going to think she hates me. And I know she doesn't hate me because, like, when we're home, she's smiling, giving kisses,
giving
hugs.
She hates the car seat.
I don't...
And I also did say something to the daycare the other day.
What do you mean?
I said, Alex thinks that... you guys might have a negative opinion because when she picks up Ari, Ari like will scream for a little bit, and they're like, "No, that's every kid."
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That makes me feel better, but I just wish it wouldn't happen because it's so embarrassing.
Yeah.
And even though they tell you they're not judging me, maybe in their heads they're like thinking, "Oh, that kid hates her parents." It's really embarrassing, and I hate it. And that's the thing. I know she loves me. I know she loves spending time with me. Like, she's always sitting on my lap, hugging, wanting to cuddle. Like, if I'm out if I'm out of her eyesight, she's not happy.
Yeah.
So it probably is the car seat.
Anybody has any ideas other than I've noticed giving her a toy helps a little bit. So maybe you just need to take a toy into daycare so that she has it when you're walking out with her and putting her in the car.
Yeah, I guess I could do that. Yeah, that's a good idea because I do have toys for her in the car, but maybe the trick is giving it to her before we leave the daycare.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Give it a whirl.
Yeah, I'll give it a whirl. So I saw a very interesting video. I think it was on Facebook the other day. Did I show you the doll experiment video with the kids and the dolls?
Yeah. Yep, you did.
Okay, so for people who haven't heard of this is, I guess, going to be on a more serious note, but I think it's worth talking about. The gist of it is that they took children, real children. It seemed like they were between the ages of like maybe 4 and 8.
4 and 6 or 4 and 7.
Something like that. And in front of them, they put a white baby doll and a black baby doll. But other than their skin color, the baby dolls looked exactly the same. And they started to ask the children what baby doll they thought was prettier or which one was the naughty one.
Yeah, naughty or mean or
And it was incredibly, I don't know what the word is.
Eye-opening.
yes, eye-opening that kids of any of the race didn't matter.
They all associated mean or naughty or deviant or whatever
with the black baby doll.
Yeah.
And I sent it to my mom, this video, and I'm just wondering, it looked like the videos were filmed many years ago. Like, they didn't look like they were modern at all. And so I'm very curious if Ari was a little bit older and she could talk, and even Brooks too, and she like they could understand. I'm very curious if we did that experiment with them, what they would say, and also figuring out how to raise her to where her answer would be different than that, where her answer would be like, oh, the black baby doll is the most beautiful one because she looks like me. You know, like, how do you instill that mindset in her?
I think we just have to, from an early age, just talk about equality and how she and her brother are equal.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if she sees her brother as an equal, that will greatly help.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely something I think that could use more research on our part. And I mean, we're lucky at this point. She's still so little. And I mean, that's not an excuse for not starting this type of thing. But at least we're thinking about it and we're aware of it. And, you know, we've got some plans as far as what we need to start to consider as she gets older.
Mm-hmm.
I think. I bought Ari an outfit the other day.
Ugh.
Actually, a couple outfits.
Yeah.
And they are so cute.
Hideous?
No. They're so cute. Do you remember the name of the
Brooks,
brand?
Clown?
No, what were you going to say about Brooks?
Brooks' outfit was cute.
Which one?
His overalls.
Oh, yeah. He had like blue and white striped. It looks like he was like a train conductor.
Yeah, train conductor. So my grandpa Fritz.
Not to be confused with my grandpa Fritz.
Yeah, and what kid has two grandpa Fritzes? How weird and cool is that?
That's crazy.
My grandpa Fritz was the coolest dude too. He could fix anything, from an electric motor, a gas motor, and by God, he made the best freaking pie you've ever had too.
Do you want to know what my grandpa Fritz did?
He was a chef.
No, that was Grandpa Ernst.
Dang.
Grandpa Fritz was one of the heirs of the Geierman's retail store. Okay, but his real thing, number one, he collected antiques. He went to like estate auctions and antique sales, and he had like antiques galore, and he cataloged all of them very diligently, and he had all of his items in books and journals. And
you want to know what's really weird about you saying that?
What?
My grandpa collected movies. Grandpa Fritz collected movies, and this closet that he had behind his chair in the living room of where my parents live now was a closet that was built over stairs, so it was like it had stairs in it too.
Yeah.
And he was a woodworker, fixed that whole thing up with this sweet shelf. He would tape 3 movies onto a VHS cassette, and they were cataloged. And
Aww.
he had a typewritten, like each thing was cataloged. So there was, you had a book that said, okay, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory is tape C52.
Oh, so
you could like you were going to rent a movie. You could walk over to the shelf, find C52. Oh, Willy Wonka's the second movie on this tape. So it's weird that they both had like a weird
a cataloging system.
But yeah, Grandpa Fritz wore overalls from the day that I met him until he passed. He was wearing overalls.
I bet your Grandpa Fritz wasn't obsessed with Breathe Right nose strips.
No, I can't say that he was.
My Grandpa Fritz was obsessed with the Breathe Right strips, and so he would wear them all the time, so much so that the little the wings on the side of them with the adhesive stuff would start to wear off. So he'd cut them off and reuse the Breathe Right strips with like pieces of tape instead.
Why didn't he just get new ones?
Because they were too expensive.
Yeah.
And I mean, they were well off, but they lived in an apartment. Like, they were very financially responsible. Frugal, yeah. They were frugal. So he didn't like to buy new boxes of Breathe Right strips. And then he also had a big thing with like Flonase and The nasal sprays.
Did he have a nose obsession?
I mean, I don't know. Like, I've heard of people starting to become addicted to nasal sprays because...
It is true.
I think that's what happened to him.
It constricts your blood vessels in your nose.
How is that addicting, though?
My brother... So, another tangent here. When I lived in California, I developed an allergy that caused my eustachian tube in my right ear to close in the springtime.
Okay.
And I had to have nasal spray to help it open up.
Mm-hmm.
And my brother and sister, who were pharmacists, made sure that I didn't use it more than whatever prescribed.
Oh.
Because they're highly addictive. And they can cause like really bad nosebleeds and can really dry your nose out real bad.
Yeah, I think that's what happened to my grandpa Fritz, is he got addicted to that. Because that's the one thing I always remember seeing. And he would take his Breathe Right strips once they had been used, and he'd just like stick it to this lamp.
Do you wear it during the day?
I think so. I could be wrong, but I think
Not just to bed?
I don't know. I don't know. And also, I remember they slept in separate beds, which I always thought was weird. But I guess that's more common for, like, grandparents.
I don't know.
Older people.
We went on a tangent about grandpa's...
Yeah, this started with the Rick Rack clothing.
The what?
Ari's outfit, the Rick Rack outfit.
Oh, yeah. She's straight. I asked Alex. I walked in from work, and she's wearing this freaking outfit.
It's so cute.
She looks like she just walked off the circus.
No, it's so cute. They make these like little bell-bottom pants.
If she had a red wig on, she would have been a clown.
That's not true.
True.
But the reason I wanted to bring this up is because before I discovered this brand, I didn't realize that there were clothing cults so serious about little kid clothing brands like this. So I joined a Facebook group, and it's like a Rick Rack resale group. And I'm telling you, people are posting all day long their items for sale, their items they're looking for. And like, you'll see a post of an item for sale and not 4 seconds will go by and that item is sold.
Unreal. It sounds like Dixon flannels for us gearhead men.
It's insane. Also, similarly, I didn't know Bath and Body Works candles were the same. They're like, they have a cult following.
What?
I don't know how I found this Facebook group, but somehow I wandered myself into the Bath and Body Works Facebook group. She
tends to go down a rabbit hole.
Yeah, I do. But somehow I got in this group and people are like, what's it called? Like the exclusive fragrance candles or like the hard to find ones. Like people will sell them on eBay for hundreds of dollars. And then like people, this is another thing that I learned. People will put them on a candle warmer instead of lighting them. You know those like round candle warmers and you set it on there and it melts the wax. So people will melt them. And then
sell them.
And then resell them.
Snitches.
I didn't know people were so crazy about these particular brands. So with that being said, other than Dixon, can you think of any brands that you're like, you'd be a cult follower?
Mm-hmm. No.
Indian Motorcycle.
I'm not a cult follower of Dixon. I could have a few more.
Yeah, you only have a few, I think.
I think I have 6.
So what is it about that brand that you really like them?
So they're designed by motorcyclists, basically for motorcyclists.
But what makes them different?
So you go to Walmart and you buy a flannel, or you go to American Eagle and buy a flannel. You wash it, dry it. What happens?
It shrinks?
Yeah, it's about half the size of what? So they have a patented blend of, I think it's mostly polyester. And you can basically, I don't do it. I dry clean mine. But they say you can put them in, and Blaine does it. He puts them in the washing machine and the dryer, and they come out crispy.
Crispy?
Like, nice. Now, you don't have to iron them or anything.
Okay.
The other great thing is that they make them in tall sizes. For me, and a lot of people that come into our shop and try on, like, jackets.
Yeah.
They're like, why are the arms so long? Well, you dingo, you're reaching for your handlebars, so your arms are always way extended.
Oh.
So the arms of these things are extended so that you can have your arms fully covered while your hands are on your handlebars.
Okay. That makes sense. I mean, so this is all...
And they make some really cool patterns, I think.
Yeah.
And some cool collaborations.
this is all really interesting to me because I am a college student right now. And my major is innovation, leadership, and entrepreneurship. And in my classes, we're learning about like value proposition and like the target market. I'm only in the very beginning classes. I only take like 1 or 2 classes per semester. And I think I calculated that in order to complete my degree, it would take like 8 or 9 years. But I'm kind of doing it just for fun. And so it's interesting to hear like why this brand is so much better.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only other
thing... they're exclusive, too, so they only make X amount of them.
Oh, okay.
Like, right now, I think they've been in business for like 5 or 6 years. I heard that they were shipping like 5,000 to 8,000 pieces per day.
That sounds like a lot.
Like, they had a picture on their Instagram the other day of their parking lot full of pallets waiting for the Postal Service to pick them up.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Wow. So it sounds like they're really doing good.
Yeah. Guy started slinging them out of the back of his car over his lunch hour while he was working at a Harley dealership in California.
Oh my goodness.
Which is cool because that's awesome that people can do that and think of stuff like that and become successful.
Yeah, it's kind of like dreaming up something and then making it a reality.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing I wanted to talk to you about tonight, and I'm curious to get your thoughts because in the past when I've tried to talk to you about this, I can tell you're like not impressed / not interested at all.
So you're putting me on the spot is what you're doing.
Yeah, basically.
Gotcha.
And the reason I wanted to talk about this so bad is because I know there are people out there like me who are also interested in this topic, and I just need to meet them and I need to find them.
You're not talking about that teleporting thing, are you?
It's not teleporting.
What's it called?
It's called the Gateway Experience.
Oh.
And again, so this has been around for quite a while, but because of TikTok, it has blown up. And I'm just going to go ahead and say, not like I'm a TikTok famous or anything.
Yeah. How many followers do you have now?
Like almost
30,000?
No, like almost 24,000.
Dang.
It's really crazy. But on TikTok, many people have been talking about this gateway experience. And okay, so I don't know a lot about the background or the backstory, but basically it's a series of tapes, or now it's audio files, like digital MP3 files that you can buy that basically, from what I understand, take you into like a meditative / hypnotic state. And apparently the things that they teach you to do while you're like, quote unquote, under are like life changing. So everybody that I've ever read comments from who has done this said that this has been a completely positive, life altering experience. I have not seen one comment from one person that was like, hey, this didn't work, or hey, I'm not impressed. I wish you could meet
somebody in person that could tell you that.
Well, yeah, me too. But I mean, even if it was like a hoax.
I told a bunch of people online that I was famous too, and that,
That's not true. You didn't do that.
Well, no, I didn't, but I could, and people would believe it.
True, but what's the point? What are they gaining from that? I mean, it's a comment on somebody's TikTok page. It's not like they're getting any clout for that. It's not like they're getting paid for that.
Yeah.
So I really would like to meet somebody or like talk on the phone or even message with somebody who has done this. At this point, I don't even know how many tapes there are. I've listened to the first 2, and I know very little about meditation. I know very little about hypnosis, even though I'm a certified hypnotherapist, which is a true story.
Which is true because she's done it to me a half dozen times.
Oh, we should save this for our next episode talking about hypnotizing you. Did we already talk about that on the podcast?
I don't know.
I don't either, but either way, we should recap it. Because it was a lot of fun. So anyways, if that's something that you're interested in or you've done or you know anything about, reach out to me because I'm looking for a teleportation buddy. And Joel won't be my teleportation buddy because he's not interested.
I'll be sitting over here judging.
Yeah, exactly. Well, before we end it, so I need to go register for my new semester of college classes tonight.
I got to go do some work.
Yeah, for your new business.
Mm-hmm.
Tell them about your new business. How much can you say?
I can't say anything.
All right. Well, to be continued.
Yep.
All right. Fair enough. Well, I hope everybody has a wonderful week, and I hope you enjoyed our casual little chat that we didn't really get a whole lot accomplished, but I had fun. Did you?
Yeah, me too. At least they know a little bit more about us.
Yeah, it's true. If you feel so inclined, we would absolutely love if you would be willing to leave a 5-star review, leave some comments. I live for reading the comments. And also feel free to send us an Instagram message. Our Instagram handle is at Barely Braided Podcast, and let us know what you like to hear, what you don't like to hear. If you give us some topics, we're happy to discuss them. Joel's raising his hand like he has something to say.
Shameless plug. If you have any interest in visiting the Black Hills this summer of South Dakota, hit us up. We have an Airbnb out there. It's booking really fast, but... Yeah,
we're filling up super fast.
We're Cowboys and Dreamers Lodge on Airbnb and VRBO.
Yeah.
And we'll extend a foster parent discount to y'all if you want to visit.
Yeah, check it out. We've given you a lot of homework. So have a wonderful week, and we will talk to you next time.
Bye.
Bye.